Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. In today's video, I've got a Q&A for you. I asked for viewer questions a couple weeks ago on Instagram and man, did you guys deliver. You asked over 800 questions. So I've read through all of them. I tried to categorize them into groups. So I'll just be reading them off my phone. I kind of tried to screenshot some of them and we'll go through them here today. But I opened it up to all topics. So we're going to cover skincare, menopause, makeup, and a whole lot more. But I have a feeling it's going to be a long video. So go ahead and get yourself something to drink, a glass of wine, cup of tea, cup of coffee, glass of water, whatever you want. Settle in, because I think we might be here for a little while. But I also wanted to say that this is not my first Q&A video. I've done a lot of them in the past. And so if I don't get to a question that you asked, it might be because it's in one of my other Q&A videos. So I'll just link my other Q&A videos right up here, as well as in the info box below the video. And then if there's something that you wanted to know that I didn't answer here, most likely I answered it in one of those videos. Plus, a lot of questions were about like just my general skincare routine or my hair care routine. And I recently just put up videos on both of those. So any real specific skincare questions that you have, you can find in those videos. I'll link them up here for you. I can only put 5 links here in the cards. Otherwise, I'll put links in the info box below the video. Thanks so much for submitting all your questions. And as usual, you are the kindest, the nicest people. You may have things that are awkward to ask me, but you always ask it in such a nice and lovely way. So thanks for that. First question is from Para Ida. She wants to know, how old are you? I guess a lot of people maybe don't know how old I am yet. I'm 59 and I started my YouTube channel when I was 50. So I've been making videos here on YouTube for 9 years. I've done pretty much 2 videos a week all year round, maybe missing just a week or 2 for vacation or something every year. So that's like around 100 videos a year for 9 years, which means that I have around 900 videos out there. And so of course I understand that you guys can't go and watch every single video, but as I mentioned before, a lot of the stuff that you guys asked, I have answered before in other videos. So just if I don't get it here today, there's probably another video where you can find the answer. And if you're looking for anything in particular that you want to know, whether it's about a procedure or skincare, you can usually just type into the YouTube info box Hot and Flashy, and then whatever the topic is. And if I've made a video on that, that video will come up and then you can watch that one. So that might help you to get answers to your questions if I've answered it before and it's not in this video. All right, so the next question on the same page as how old are you is, what would you suggest is the best treatment for an aging neck? Do I know about the aging neck? Professional laser, photofacial, energy, new face, at-home products, etc., or professional in-office treatments? Why does the neck age so poorly? So the main reason the neck ages so poorly is that the skin of the neck is a lot thinner than the rest of the skin on our body. It's a lot drier. It has less pores and oil glands, and it's also exposed to all the elements. So you guys know that sunshine causes 80 to 90% of skin's aging. There's also that intrinsic aging that I just talked about. So you put those together and you get the double whammy on the neck. But the thing is that we've all probably started using anti-aging skincare, including sunscreen, on our faces, but no one ever told you to put it on your neck. So your neck got ignored. And a lot of the things that we use on our faces, sometimes we can't use them on our necks. And so our necks are aging probably at more of our normal rate rather than the slowed down rate that we've gotten our aging to do on our face by using things like tretinoin, which will help to generate collagen in the skin. So I would say for at home, probably the best thing that you can do for your neck is to use your prescription retinoid on your neck if you can. Now the problem with the skin being thinner and having less oil glands is that it also makes it much, much more sensitive. That's why around your eyes is more sensitive, around your neck is more sensitive. And so it becomes hard to use some of those irritating anti-aging active ingredients because the skin is so sensitive. Now, I am not able to use a prescription retinoid on my neck, and so I feel like this viewer whose neck is aging like faster than their face, I feel like my neck is definitely not doing as well as my face, mainly because I can't use my everyday skincare on it. Like I feel like the tretinoin that I use, and I have been using for 9 years, has made such a difference in my face skin, but because I haven't been able to use it on my neck, that I'm seeing the differences in my neck. Unfortunately, my neck is irritated today because I wore something with a collar the other day, and oh my gosh, my neck is so irritated now. So then she also asked about other kinds of gadgets that you could use at home, like NuFace, Energy. NuFace and Energy are microcurrent treatments which can help your neck, but you can't use them down the center line of your neck. You can't put them above your thyroid. So you can really only anti-age the sides of your neck, which, you know, the front of your neck is where you need the anti-aging. What I recommend for an at-home gadget that works best for the neck is LED red light therapy, and I prefer the Omnilux mask just because they have a neck and chest bib. And what LED red light has been shown to do in studies is to thicken the collagen in the skin and help the skin to produce more collagen. So you use these masks about, every other day, maybe 3 or 4 times a week for 10 minutes. I've been using that for a while and I really love it. I did a before and after video on that. You can see the results that I had with it, and I think they've been great. But if you're looking for in-office procedures on the neck, the ones that are most popular and seem to have the best results for the neck are ultherapy, Fraxel lasers, or like Morpheus 8 radio frequency microneedling. I haven't tried that. I meant to do it like last year, but then pandemic happened. I think I'm gonna have it done this winter on my neck, and we'll see how that goes. So I have had a couple of in-office treatments done on my neck. The first one I had was ultherapy. That is supposed to tighten up your skin and also produce more collagen. After that, I did have 2 Fraxel dual laser treatments on my neck. I have a procedures playlist, so if you're interested in knowing, every procedure I've ever had done, if I've had a procedure done, I have made a video on it. So I haven't done anything that you guys don't know about, and I'll put the procedure playlist in the info box below the video, or you can look it up, Hot and Flashy Procedures Playlist, and then you can see everything. They all will give you before pictures, after pictures, cost, why I had it done, why I chose it, and the whole thing, and what I thought of it afterwards. So you can find that in my video library. If your neck issues aren't just the quality of your skin, if you have like sagging jowls, or if you have a lot of fat underneath your chin, if you have like a triple chin or whatever, then the types of treatments that you're going to need in office are things like Kybella, cool sculpting, or maybe even a little neck lift. Who knows? You really have to go and talk to a doctor about these things. Okay, next question is from Marie DeCibio. She asks, one beauty product you can't live without. You guys know what I'm gonna say. Sunscreen. I cannot live without sunscreen anymore. Having been a sun worshiper for all that time and knowing what I did to my skin and how much I regret it, the one thing that I don't feel right leaving the house or even being in my house without this on every single day is sunscreen. Having done so much damage to my skin, I'm at the point where I don't want to do any more damage. I just want to protect it as much as I can. So sunscreen, sunscreen, sunscreen every single day is my #1 beauty product that I can't live without. All right, this question is from Sunshine and Chai. She says, hi Angie. Thanks to you, I've committed to daily sunscreen. Yes! Another sunscreen convert. If you take out anything from this video, it's wear sunscreen every day. All right, back to her question. But I have some rookie sunscreen questions. How do you get the sunscreen off your neck and chest every night without getting in the shower? So I wash my face at my sink every night, but I use a oil-based cleanse as, a double cleanse. And I gotta say that oil-based cleanser or oil really takes off sunscreen, really dissolves it. You guys know I use tinted sunscreen, so it's almost like having makeup on my neck every day. So I just take my oil balm, it's usually Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm, or it's that Gokujun cleansing oil. I just put that in my hands, and when I'm rubbing it around my face to remove my makeup and my sunscreen, I rub it down my neck and onto my chest. But because I use then the Wonder Cloth, I wet the Wonder Cloth and I rub everything around with that, and that keeps a lot of the water from really dousing my lower half. So it's oil cleanse plus Wonder Cloth, which I'll link them in the info box below the video so you can grab them. They're also in my Amazon shop. All right, next part of her question is, when you wear tinted sunscreen, how do you prevent it from getting on your shirt and COVID mask? So the way to keep it from getting on your shirt is that I pick out my shirt first, I observe the neckline, and then I go into my bathroom and I put on my sunscreen and I put it basically where it's gonna need to be, for my top. And then I give it a few minutes, that 20 minutes to dry up and set, and then I put my shirt on afterwards, and that will pretty much keep it from getting on your clothes. But you can't keep it from getting inside your COVID mask. I mean, it's just the way it is. But I have so many masks now that I just rotate them and I wash them. And finally, does your sunscreen make your hair sticky? Unless I wear it up in a ponytail, I feel like some of it from my neck chest area ends up in my long hair. I don't feel like it makes my hair sticky. Like, I will usually tie my hair up in like a loose, little bun back here while I put it on, and I leave it in that loose bun while it dries. So maybe let your sunscreen dry and set up for 15 to 20 minutes before you let your hair down. Hopefully that'll help. All right, here's a good one that I get asked a lot. Is it true we should switch up our actives every so often? This is in your topical skincare, she's asking. I'm thinking of taking a Curology break and trying Truth Serum Regenerating 5% Retinol Gel, which has vitamin C. I've heard good feedback, but something tells me you wouldn't agree. And you're right, I don't agree. I don't think that bouncing around a lot and switching on and off your active ingredients is a very good thing, especially if you are already using the most powerful anti-aging active ingredient that we have at our disposal, which you are by using Curology. There is no retinol on this planet that is going to give you the same results that you're going to see with a prescription tretinoin. The difference between tretinoin and retinol is that tretinoin is already retinoic acid, and when it absorbs into your skin, we have receptors in our skin. They see tretinoin, retinoic acid, they go, "Ooh, here's the good stuff. Let's start popping out more collagen." With retinol, what your skin has to do is do a two-step conversion to turn that into retinoic acid. So even the strongest strength of that, nobody knows what percentage of that is actually converted. So why would you go from using the gold standard, the best anti-aging active ingredient that you can get, to using something that like needs to do a two-step conversion? But that's up to you. You can go ahead and spend your money on it and do it and give it a try. But for me, I just want my factories to like stay open and be producing as much collagen and elastin and everything else that they can for as long as they can. And if all the science says that this is the thing that makes it do that, then I'm going to stick with that. All right, this question is from Donna LeClaire. She says, "Hi Angie, I value your opinion on anti-aging products and include many in my regimen that you've recommended. So I'm wondering, what's your opinion on stem cell technology in anti-aging products? The price tag of one in particular that I have my eye on is very high, so I thought I'd ask for your opinion first. I'm pretty sure your answer will be that not enough studies have been done on its effectiveness." You guys really know what my answers are going to be. But thought I'd ask anyway. Thanks for all the help you've given me in selecting anti-aging products. Well, you're welcome, Donna. I'm so happy that I've been able to help you to find products that you're having success with. And you're right, on stem cells, there is not enough research to back up spending really any amount of money on them in your products, especially if it's plant stem cells. Plant stem cells have nothing to do with human beings. Like, they can do something in a plant, but you try to put it in a human body. Our human body does not know what to do with plant stem cells. They're not going to suddenly regenerate into new skin or anything having to do with your skin. So plant stem cells are definitely 100% do not waste your money. Human stem cells, there is a little bit of very inconclusive research, mainly done by the manufacturers, on it saying that they could work. So what the research will be is like in a petri dish in a lab on not even sheets of skin, but like skin cells in a petri dish. It's not a field where anything has been found to work in actual human skin, on your actual human face, on your actual human body. If you're talking about the TNS serum, I used that once. I did a review of that versus like a bee honey thing. I don't even know what it was. Anyway, neither of them did anything for me after using them, and they were both kind of expensive. So yeah, you're right. I don't think you should spend your money on them. I don't think there's enough research into them showing that they work. The research that has been done is very, very inconclusive and doesn't show anything working on actual humans. I don't know if you would even want Botox or Frexel lasering, but I would save that $285 or $500 that you're going to spend on that skincare, put it towards some lasering. I'm not advocating that everybody has to get those things, but on a scale of what works in anti-aging, you put your money into a laser treatment, your skin is going to produce way more collagen than it ever would by using a stem cell serum for any amount of time. All right, this was a very popular question. A lot of people asked about this same topic. So this one is from Letitia, and she says, "Dear sweet, inspiring Angie, you guys, you're the best. Thank you so much. What a way to start a question, right? Have you something for the fine lines on the upper lips to prevent and treat? Have you a video on it? Thank you." I do not have a video specifically on how to treat the fine lines on the upper lips, with the exception of the one where I got filler right at the vermilion border there to puff out the fine lines on my upper lips. So that's one way you can go. Filler in there will definitely work to puff them out. I got that filler about 1.5 years ago, so it's mainly worn off now, and I am noticing that my fine lines are coming back, but I did like the filler. It didn't really make my lips look any like bigger or filled per se, but it did definitely puff out those lines. As far as any like little tricks to prevent and treat that I do, you guys, this is a funny thing that I've been trying to figure out how I can work it into a video, but it's kind of like an embarrassing thing that I do. But I'm gonna share it with you today anyway. When I'm brushing my teeth, I hold my upper lip. You guys are gonna think I am obsessed, but what the heck? Who wants those wrinkles? And if you can do one simple little thing like that to get less of them, then you know me, I'm all for it. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. So why not do it? So anyway, when I'm brushing my teeth, I use an electric toothbrush, and the stem on that is really, really small and narrow. With a regular toothbrush, I don't find myself doing this as much, but watch yourself when you're brushing your teeth. And you'll see that when you're brushing certain teeth, your lips are puckering around the stem of your toothbrush to keep the toothpaste from drooling down your chin, right? So what I started doing is holding my lip. So let's say I brush my teeth with my right hand. I take my left hand and I put it on my upper lip and I spread them out a little bit just to spread that across. And then I just brush my teeth without puckering my lips around the stem of my toothbrush. So that is one weird thing that I do, but it's a tip that I can give you guys if you think it would help. If you think it's silly, well then you think it's silly, that's fine. So as far as prevention goes, one thing that I would say is definitely don't smoke. Smoking is the main source of puckering in your life, and the smoke in your lungs also robs your skin of oxygen, making your skin age faster. So number one, if you're a smoker, quit smoking right away. Number two, a lot of people say to not use straws when you're drinking. I happen to use a straw when I'm drinking, but I would say if you're going to use a straw because you like a straw or whatever, the waiter just brought over your glass and he was holding it like this, then I'm like, may I have a straw, please? So I will still use a straw, but I have adjusted how I suck through a straw to prevent wrinkling on my upper lip. When I drink a drink through a straw, I don't pucker my lips together. I spread them across my teeth. So when I drink through a straw, it looks like this. It's stretched across my teeth, so I'm not creating a wrinkle there. So that's one thing that I do. That's a little weirdy, but you can practice that. As far as treatments, put all your anti-aging skincare on your upper lip. I just said this in both of my skincare routines. It's something that I've been thinking about for years to tell you guys that I've been doing for years. The way we put on skincare is you mainly have it like on your fingertips and you rub it around, and your nose is in the way of this part, and so you just miss here. So I always make sure to just take a finger and rub my skincare right there. Also sunscreen. Don't miss your upper lip with your sunscreen. So those are things that you can do. Beyond that, you can get Botox in your upper lip, you can get filler in your lips or in your upper lip, or I've seen if people have really severe smoker's lines, then a CO2 laser, which is the ablative laser. I've seen amazing before and afters with CO2. So those are things that you could look into. Tamara Watsek asks, how do you have such wrinkle-free under eyes? Well, I actually don't, Tamara. If you've seen any of my videos up close and personal, you know that I have lots of wrinkles under my eyes. It's just that I don't have etched in wrinkles that are that big when I'm not smiling. So when I smile, I have lots of wrinkles under my eyes, and if I take a smiling photograph, usually the first thing my eye zooms in on is my under eye wrinkles. Like, nobody loves their wrinkles. Can we just all admit that we do not love our wrinkles? And especially when they're captured on a photo, I do not love them. So yeah, I have plenty of under eye wrinkles, but I think that my skincare has really helped to not have the etched in wrinkles. The other thing that I did when I was younger, even though I was a sun worshiper, I always wore sunglasses because I have kind of pale eyes. I would always get like a headache from the sun, so I always wore sunglasses, and I think that that shielded part of my under eyes pretty well from a lot of the damaging sun rays. So I think that my under eye wrinkles aren't as bad as they normally would be. Plus I get Botox, but you can't get Botox under your eyes. What's interesting is I have like fresh new Botox in my face now, but when I smile, you can see all my crow's feet and all my under eye wrinkles, like not at this distance. Fine. Here, see? Wrinkles, 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 wrinkles. I mean, you may be like, oh, that's nothing. And maybe it is nothing. Maybe that's what you consider no wrinkles. I don't know, but anyway, the point is, I do have wrinkles under there. There's not much you can do about them. Even Botox to the sides of the eyes, it won't take care of your under eye wrinkles. So it's really all about skincare. If you really want to have like a procedure done for them, it would be something like a Fraxel dual laser treatment that can help with a lot of the under eye wrinkling. Oh, right, here's a good one. Is your skincare routine for all ages? Do your daughters do the same routine? My skincare routine is pretty customized for someone who is more mature and has a lot of sun damage, because as you know, my skincare routine uses a lot of stuff. It is the best stuff though, and I feel like anyone of any age can benefit from it, but maybe you don't need as much stuff. So yeah, someone in their 20s who is having acne could definitely benefit from tretinoin, from vitamin C, from alpha hydroxy acids, and from everything else in it. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with someone younger using it. Do my daughters do it? They do bits and pieces of it. There was a time when my daughter had acne, so I had her on Curology, and that really helped her a lot. But now she's found some other over-the-counter products that she likes a little bit better. She loves the Derma E CBD line. That really helped her skin to be really calm and to clear up a lot of her acne, and she loves that face wash and that moisturizer. So they're not on like an anti-aging routine. I think my older daughter, who's 25, I can see that I would want her to probably start tretinoin within the next 5 to 7 years, maybe around the time that she's 30, and get her going. But right now she uses vitamin C serum. She uses the lactic acid serum. I definitely have them both using sunscreen every day, using a moisturizer every day. And other than that, they have skincare that's more specialized to their skin. But my routine, I would say, can be used by anyone at any age. And I kind of wish I had started on tretinoin when I was 30. So if you're like 30 and watching this, definitely look into using a retinoid in your skincare, you know, and definitely keep your face out of the sun. That's my main advice for younger people. But I did do a video on skincare to start like in your 30s, so I can link that one in the info box below the video as well. There were a ton of questions about my hair, but I just did a hair care video, and so the link for that will be in the information box below the video as well. But here's just one hair question. How many extensions do you have, and what kind do you use? Have you thought about cutting your hair shorter? I address thoughts on cutting my hair shorter in that video. I have thought about it. I actually was going to get like a chin length bob about right before COVID hit, and then COVID hit, and instead I ended up not getting a haircut for 2 years, and bam, here's what I have. And in that hair video, I said, I like my hair long, and I'm not letting society or anyone else dictate to me how I can wear it. So I'm enjoying it for right now. I may get it cut. I used to be the queen of changing hairstyles, changing hair colors every year minimum, sometimes twice a year. I've had red hair, black hair, long hair, short hair, blonde hair, you name it, I've had it. And I like it all. The other question was how many extensions and what kind. I don't have hair extensions. This is all my like regular natural old hair, and I wouldn't know what kind to get. I did try like one of those it wasn't the actual halo, but it was like a halo type where there's the string. And I liked how it looked, but I could not stand how it felt on my head. It made me so itchy, I could not wear the thing. I couldn't wear it for 10 minutes to finish the video. Are you kidding? So I've never worn that again. All right, Kate Design asks, you mentioned recently some people had a lot of negative comments about your long hair. It made me wonder, how do you process negative comments? Also, what is your favorite Netflix show? Do you watch Grace and Frankie? Love from Canada. Hi Kate, hi everybody up in Canada. You know, being on YouTube, you do open yourself up to negative comments from people, and they are hard to handle. Like it seems like the bigger your channel gets, the more like kind of haters that you're gonna get, right? So when my channel was really small, it was all 100% positive. I mean, there were some weird comments, but there weren't any real like nasty dig kind of comments. And then as my channel's grown over time, it's just like they find you, right? And not everybody is gonna like everybody. So I have a YouTube channel and I talk about what I like to talk about and I show you things that I wanna show you, but it's not gonna be for everyone, and I understand that. What I don't understand is like taking the time out of your day to leave a negative comment. Like, I watch a lot of YouTube as well as being on YouTube. If I see a video and I don't like what the person has to say, or I don't agree with what they're doing or whatever, I just click out. But I would never leave a negative comment, especially a nasty comment. Like, some people leave really nasty comments, and I don't really like to give them the satisfaction or the time of day, because really their goal in leaving the nasty comment is to get a rise out of you. Like, what's the only reason for someone to spend their valuable time leaving a nasty comment for me? It's because they want to engage me in some way. They want some kind of a response. And I'm not going to give it to them. I'm not going to give them the satisfaction of knowing that, you know, I even read their comment. You know, they're not giving me constructive criticism is the thing. They're just telling me their opinion, and I'm not interested. Number one, I don't really care that much what other people think. That's part of me loving myself and being nice to myself and being kind to myself. Is I do what I want because I want to do it. I do what makes me happy. I am the only person that I need to satisfy and make happy in this life. And so that's what I do. And if you don't like it, I don't really care. On the Netflix show, I do watch Grace and Frankie. I just watched the first half, or the first part of the recent season. I think it's season 4, is it? Anyway, they just dropped the new season. I watched it, but they're leaving the cliffhanger until 2022, so now I need to wait to watch the last episode. But I love that show. I'm trying to think of what other shows I've watched recently that I really liked. This one is on HBO Max, but it is called Hacks, and it's really good. It's got Jean Smart in it, and she plays like a female, kind of like a Joan Rivers character, you know, like a comedian who was really successful, and she's kind of at the tail end of her career, and she gets paired up with this young millennial who is flailing, and the two of them together are just gold. They're all the tension and but the surrounding characters are really good. So I really like Hacks. If you're looking for something to watch, that was really good. All right, next question is, how many hours a week do you spend on testing, filming, editing, posting? I think people believe that YouTubers do this easy thing, but I would bet it is a much different reality. I could not even be consistent enough to do the 5 and 10 hour check-ins. Thanks for your time in all aspects. And then follow-on question underneath that one was, yes, to build on the question, how do you do it all? Social media, testing products, consistent research, your gardening, keeping healthy, hair, makeup, the list goes on. Do you have any help? So how many hours a week do I spend on basically work, doing my YouTube channel? I would say I probably work about 60 hours a week. I work a lot. Doing YouTube is not a cakewalk. It is not easy. And especially the way I do it, it takes a lot of extra time. I also have to be putting up a blog post, an Instagram post, a Facebook post, and a Twitter post, most of which have fallen by the wayside while I've been doing this move because I couldn't fit it all in. To answer the second question, sometimes I can't fit it all in, but I'm going to try to get all those posts up now that the big rush is over. I need to get caught up on everything. Then part of your day is spent answering comments. So every time I put a video up on Tuesday, Friday morning, I try to be there for the first 2 hours after the video goes up to start answering viewer questions. But then, I'll go and I'll work out or have some lunch. Then I want to come back and I want to answer a few more viewer questions, so I'll do another hour of that. I have to put up my Insta posts, then I have to be answering questions on Instagram. So my goal is to film something just about every day. So if I'm not sitting down to film a whole video, then on the other days I try to sit down and film some testing of something. So I'm filming a little bit every single day. In the meantime, I still have life going on and I'm still editing. So when I edit my videos, it takes me pretty much an entire day to edit one video. But then I also have to do the thumbnail and all the links. But I try to have a work-life balance. I currently don't have a work-life balance. I need to get my YouTube time under control. I don't have any help. I am a one-woman show. I do everything myself. I do all my own editing. I do all my own photography. I do all my own writing of the scripts, all my own research. I do my thumbnails. I do my info box. The only thing I have help with is I have a virtual assistant who takes my video and the info box and converts it into my blog post every week. Ideally, I would like to get an assistant. I would like to have some help. I definitely need it. I would like to have more of a work-life balance. But for now, it keeps me busy and out of trouble. And I'm having fun with it still, so I don't have a problem with it, but it is a lot. Like today's Sunday, I'm filming. Anyway, yeah, it is a lot, for people who think like that YouTube is just like a hobby or not your full-time job. Like a couple of the questions were, what do you do for work? Yes, YouTube is more than a full-time job. I think any YouTuber that you ask will tell you that they probably put in more than 40 hours a week if they're doing more than 2 videos a week. Anyone who's doing 2, 3, 4, 5, people who do 7 videos a week, I don't know how they do it. I do not know how people who post every day do it. I couldn't do that. So 2 a week is it for me. I was actually thinking of dropping down to 1 a week for a little while because my life was so crazy there, but I did manage to maintain the 2 a week. It's just so much fun. I love it. So I don't mind all the time that goes into it because it really is a lot of fun. Like it's the most fun job you can possibly do. And I'm so fortunate to be able to do this and to have the audience that I have and to have reached the, number of subscribers and everything that I have. So it's just been amazing. And I want to continue delivering to you guys the kind of videos that you're used to. YouTube is my full-time job. It's more than a full-time job, but I love doing it. All right, I circled 4 on this page. 2 of them are you dating? So we'll get to that in a minute. Do you get ready every day or do you have chill days too? No, of course I don't get ready every day. I have chill days. There's some days where I'm really not going to be leaving the house and I'm not going to be on camera. Generally the days that I'm editing my videos, because it's a long day, I'll get up, wash my face, put my hair in a top knot, get to my computer, start editing. The whole day's gone by and all I did was put on sunscreen. So, yes, I definitely have those days. Yeah, if I'm leaving the house, I try to do something with myself and look a little bit better. Here's one from K Pierce 62. She says, my hoods come down to the sides of my eyes. How do I do my eye makeup? Kay, I have a lot of videos on eye makeup for hooded eyes. You can find them by searching HotandFlashy hooded eye tutorial, and that will bring up my hooded eye makeup. Someone else to watch is my friend Nisha. She's from England. Oh my gosh, she has the most beautiful voice, but she does great hooded eye tutorials too. Her channel is Sugar Puff and Fluff if you want to look her up. Here's one from Jennifer Summers 7. Will you try the droplet? I hear it is amazing and simple. Would love to know what you think. Yes, I would love to try the droplet. I think I'm gonna buy it and give it a try, and then I'll do a video on it for you pretty soon. Wink and a Smile asked, beautiful light fixture. May I ask where you got it? It was the one in my bedroom above my head. I'll put a link to it below this video. I don't know if I hope you're watching, but there will be a house tour coming up hopefully pretty soon where I show you my renovations, and in that one I'll link all my light fixtures and stuff. I could also DM it to you maybe if I can remember to do it later. But yeah, just for those of you who asked, there were a lot of questions about the new house. When will there be a house tour? As you guys know, it's not quite finished yet. I'm hoping for a few things to come in. I want to get that fireplace tiled, which can be done now because the mantle came in. So I think the house tour will probably be coming up in the next, I want to say 3 weeks to a month or so. From Nicole Camomite, what do you feed your dogs? Are they on anti-aging supplements too, like glucosamine? The brand of dog food that I use is Blue. It's the limited ingredient salmon and rice formula, I think. I'll put a picture of it over here on the screen, but they get dry dog food in the morning. For lunch, they get carrots. For dinner at night, they get more dry dog food with a couple of scoops of wet food from a can, and that is also from the same brand, and I just get the limited ingredient. But only one of my dogs is old. One is still a puppy. He's only 1 year and 3/4 old, so he doesn't need glucosamine. But my older dog, yes, I give her a glucosamine supplement every day. I also give her fish oil for her joints. Alrighty, here's one. How's it going with your HRT patch? I'm using estradiol 0.05, and I think I need to up the dose already. My HRT patch is going really well. I've been on the same patch for about 1 year now, I want to say, 1.5 years. And I also have a progesterone IUD, and that combination has been working perfectly for me. I'm really, really happy with it. But yeah, I think 0.05 milligrams is the top dose that they'll give you anyway. So I'm not sure, you know, that they'll give you a higher dose than that. I would look into that, do some research into it, but I think that's the top dosage. Of course, I'm not a menopause doctor, obviously, but I would find a qualified menopause doctor and try to get your symptoms under control. One of my favorite resources here on YouTube is Dr. Barbie Taylor's channel. She goes so in depth. She will explain to you everything you need to know about menopause. And so she's a great resource. She also will do one-on-one consultations with you. Then another one is Hormone Health Doc, also here on YouTube. That's Heather Hirsch's channel. She's a doctor up in Boston. She's the director of the Menopause Clinic at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston. She is amazing. Follow them both on Instagram. They both give such valuable information. I do have a video that I can link below that I did with Dr. Taylor. That answered a lot of the questions. So, you know, her videos are very in-depth and it can take a long time to watch a lot of them. So we tried to get through a lot of that and just answer a lot of the basic questions. So I'll link that one below as well. And of course, Dr. Hirsch also has a YouTube channel, and I'll link her YouTube channel below. If you're looking for a new doctor to talk to all this stuff about, I would recommend going on the NAMS website, North American Menopause Society. They have a physician finder. These are all physicians that are experts in menopause, and that is what you need right now. You don't need a doctor who's going to give you the same old party line of prescribing, you know, antidepressants or putting you on hormone replacement therapy that isn't doing anything for your health. The standard party line is to use the smallest dose for the shortest amount of time possible. The new research has shown that that's wrong. Now that there's this groundswell of 50-year-old menopausal women who are empowered, we're not taking the same old line of bull anymore that our doctors all put on us like, oh, take antidepressants, that'll fix you up. Oh, you're just going through the change. It's natural, just deal with it. No one tells a man suffering from ED, it's natural, just deal with it. No, they have a pill for that. So just to tell women it's natural, deal with it, which is what we have been getting for all these years, is so ridiculous. And menopause is more than just hot flashes. It's more than just lack of sleep or being cranky. It affects your entire body. It affects your heart, your bones, your arteries, everything, your brain, your skin, your hair. So find out what you need to know to help yourself be a more healthy person post-menopause. Here's a question from Christine Paraka. She asks, just turned 50. I'm in menopause. Do we need estrogen, collagen supplements? My hair is dry, the joints in my hands hurt, and I can be cranky. Oh, and the chest wrinkles. WTF. I hear you on that one, Christine. Do we need estrogen? Yes, we need estrogen if you want to have, you know, moisture and suppleness in every organ and every part of your body. Estrogen is the thing that in women's chemistry keeps our skin, our hair, our nails, our joints, our heart, our lungs, our bones, everything nice and supple. And once menopause completes itself and your body is making virtually no estrogen anymore, then all that changes and everything just becomes brittle. So the short answer is yes, we need estrogen. The long answer is it safe to take estrogen post-menopause? And it's more of a complicated answer. So anyway, I would say if you want an answer to that question, you're gonna have to talk to your doctor about it, or you're gonna have to watch some videos here on YouTube. I already mentioned Dr. Taylor and my video that I did with her. That video was like a viewer Q&A, so it answered a lot of questions about who's a good candidate for taking estrogen, you know, what stage in your menopause can you start taking estrogen, when would you have to stop, blah, 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 all this stuff, what's the best type of estrogen to take. So definitely look at that video. As I said, it's linked in the info box below this video. You know, in addition, you could also have a little bit of arthritis. You know, I wake up some mornings and the joints, my knuckle joints in my left hand, they all hurt. A lot of it depends on the weather, you know, how much sodium I've had the night before. So there's other things that are going on. So you really should have a good, you know, a physical workup, have your doctor look at all your aches and pains and, you know, test you for various things to make sure that estrogen is really what you need. But I'm sure that if you are postmenopausal, that yes, estrogen is probably what you need. Whether or not you can take it is a whole nother story. That's going to depend on your whole family history and a number of other factors. So you really need to consult with a doctor. The chest wrinkles, you guys know, I highly recommend sleeping on your back for the chest wrinkles. I was getting that Y right here, and then I started sleeping on my back with my head elevated. I use a wedge pillow, then I stack a couple of pillows on top of it. I think I went in depth on this in a Q&A 2 summers ago, so you can look at the Q&A from summer of 2019, and that will have an answer for you on how to sleep that way if you choose to decide to sleep that way. It's not easy. I know a lot of people have tried. They slide down, their husband doesn't like the wedge, you know, whatever. It's not the only way to get rid of your chest wrinkles, but it is the most free, immediate, and effective way to do it. You should also be wearing sunscreen on your chest. You should also put all your anti-aging stuff on your chest. If all else fails, you can have a Fraxel laser treatment on your chest or something like that that can help you with the chest wrinkles. All right, moving on. Let's see what else we have here. All right, next question is, which is better, microneedling with PRP or Vivace? Have you tried either one? So microneedling with PRP is platelet-rich plasma. So basically they take your blood, they spin it out, they get the platelet-rich plasma, they microneedle your face, then they smear on the PRP, and that is supposed to be a good anti-aging treatment. I have not had that one done. The other one is Vivace, which is another brand name of Morpheus 8, which is microneedling with radio frequency. So the needles, as they go in, are superheated. I haven't had that one done either. So nope, sorry, haven't had either one done. I would be more inclined to do the Vivace or Morpheus 8. I have like kind of a friend who I talked to through YouTube, and she's had Morpheus 8 done a few times and was really, really high on it. So that's just why I lean towards that one. But no, I haven't had either of those done. Oh, here's a good one. Love to know your thoughts on threading lifts. They freak me out, but are getting so popular. I agree, they freak me out too. My opinion is that I probably will never get one. I don't know, they look creepy to me because the way it works is that it's like a little barbed thing. It's almost like a fish hook that they stick, you know, miniature, tiny, that they stick in your face, and it has to grab onto stuff and pull it back. That is not for me. I think before I would do that, I would have a surgical, like, lower facelift. If you had it done, actually, I would like to know what you thought of it. You know, maybe you could unfreak us out if you've had it done and it's been like really super great for you. So let us know in the comments if you've done it, if you feel like it, if you want to share. If not, no big deal. There was one in here that I wanted to talk about. I can't find it though. Anyway, the topic was the Kenzzi, the IPL gadget that I used on my leg. I tried it for removing hair from my legs, and the surprise of the video was that it also removed a lot of my age spots. Like, you guys know what a sun worshiper I was. My body is covered head to toe with little brown spots, right? So I was using this thing to get rid of the hair on my legs, and when I took the after pictures and I had them side by side, I was like, wait a minute. my hair's gone, but where are all my spots? Like this leg, they were like way faded. And I was like, whoa. So anyway, that's what the video was about. And you guys went so crazy for that thing that you broke Kenzzi. It was a perfect storm of too many orders right before Christmas, right when COVID and all the shipping problems were hitting, and no one got their devices for months. And everyone was pissed, and their credit cards had been charged, and they were saying that it was a scam company and all this stuff. And you know, I had recommended the product, so people were angry with me, they were angry with them. I was working with them behind the scenes to try to get the devices out to people. In the end, I hope that everyone got their device or got their refund. I know Kenzzi gave a ton of full refunds, and I know that they shipped out a lot of extra devices to make customers happy. It was a very unfortunate situation. I have apologized like 600 times in the comments below those videos. I worked really hard behind the scenes with Kenzzi to make sure that all my viewers were satisfied with whatever they wanted the outcome to be. And so I hope that everyone was satisfied. And again, I apologize for the like complete and total debacle that that thing turned into. But it's so funny because I'm like, it's just my luck, right? Every other YouTuber, most of whom I know, who have done Kenzzi videos, everything went swimmingly. People ordered their device, they received their device in the amount of time they were supposed to get it. They used their device, everyone was happy. You know, with me, it just went off the rails. But people wanted an update to know if I've used it on the other leg, if I've used it on my face, if I've used it on my chest, if I've used it on my arms. So what I decided to do was look for another device that would come from inside the USA, because people didn't like it that it was drop shipped from China. So it would be shipped from inside the USA and that had FDA approval. So I went out and got this other device, and I had been using that, and I was going to do like a side-by-side comparison because I hadn't done my other leg with the Kenzzi. I had only done one leg. So I was going to do my other leg with this other device and then do a follow-up video. Well, then the move happened. And that took over my life for 4 months. And during that time, I was just too busy to be consistent with using either of them. And now that I'm getting a little more settled in, I feel like, okay, I will have the time to get back into my normal routine. So I'm gonna start using these two, but I have to kind of start from scratch now. So I'm gonna start over again. So that means it's gonna be 3 months before I end up doing this review. So it's now the end of August, so it'll be end of September, October. It'll be the end of November. Oh my God, the exact same time that I did the Kenzzi review. Please don't break the internet if this goes well this time. But anyway, I will show you a comparative machine, and also will give you thoughts on the Kenzzi after having used it for, you know, longer than just the initial 3 months. I have to say, I am still really happy with the Kenzzi leg. I am happy with the product. I do like the other device slightly better just because to do the treatment is faster. So that will be coming up pretty soon. Don't know if you guys are interested. I'll link the device down below if anyone's, because I know people are going to be like, well, what's the device? Tell us what the device is. I'll link it down below so you can take a look at it. And, you know, if you want to try it along with me, then you can try it along with me. All right, next question is your best tips for getting through the big life change, divorce and selling the house. I'm going through all that right now, and it's tough. Yes, I agree with you 100%. Those are two of the major life changes. These are things that add a lot of stress to your life. They are just hard overall. I went through both of them over the last couple of years. As you guys know, I got divorced last year, but you know, like the actual getting divorced, like the minute that it was finally final was one thing, but it was like 2 to 3 years of going through everything to get to that point. And then right after my divorce was final, I decided to move, pick up stakes from where I'd been living for 25 years, move to a new state. Well, it's not a new state to me because it's where I grew up, where my family is, but I decided that I wanted to be closer to family. You know, COVID was kind of part of that, and the divorce was kind of part of it, but I did have to sell the house that I had been in and had shared with my family for the last 25 years. And it was a really difficult transition. I mean, it's all such a difficult transition. And I know a lot of us are going through it right now. I have gotten some of the most lovely, supportive messages, DMs, emails from people who watch me, especially around the time that I announced my divorce and then, you know, announced that I was moving, of such an outpouring of support and love and just commiseration that you guys were going through it too. I almost feel like it's not quite an epidemic, but I feel like a lot of us women in our 50s, we're getting divorced now. It's such a big unknown. You don't know what it's going to be like. You don't know what life's going to hold. You don't know if you're going to be okay. And you don't have a crystal ball to look in it and see, I'm going to be fine. But you almost have to take that mindset to get through these things. You have to have the confidence in yourself, and you have to have just enough of a positive attitude and faith in yourself that you know that you're going to be okay. You know, it's a cliche, but take it one day at a time. They are huge, huge undertakings, huge processes where you basically have to uproot your entire life. And the world as you know it, or as you have known it for years, is now gone, and there's a whole new world staring you in the face, and you don't know what it's going to bring. But that's kind of the fun and excitement of it. Instead of looking at it and being terrified and being paralyzed, you know, try to look at it as your new adventure. Figure out what it is that will make you happy and work towards that goal. I'm a real big proponent of, you know, like setting goals and then working towards them. And if you can do that, it gives you something to take your mind off of the sad parts of divorce and selling your house and moving, because of course there will be some sad times. There will be times that you just can't believe that this is what your life is and you don't know how you got here. You should definitely feel those feelings when you're having them, because, you know, sadness and loss and loneliness is all part of life, but you don't want to get stuck there. So my advice would be to set yourself a goal, set yourself a plan, and I would do it by the day, by the week, by the month, by the year, by the next 5 or 10 years. Try to set yourself on a path to make whatever's going to make you happy happen. Definitely stay busy with work if you can. I tell you, work has been a lifesaver for me. My YouTube channel is my work now, and just having something to do when I get up every single day. I have a task in front of me. I have 5 or 10 things that I need to get done every day. And I think just having things that you need to get done, staying on task, checking things off your list, it really helps you to feel good about yourself, to have a sense of accomplishment. And then also, besides being task-oriented, goal-oriented, friends are important, family is important. Having people in your life who you know love you and have your back, who will give you a shoulder to cry on, who you can laugh with, who you can spend time with, because there will be lots of empty hours. You know, so you have to kind of circle the wagons to get through this time, because it's a lot. I mean, those are 2 of the major life changes that people go through, and they're hard to get through. I mean, I'm not going to minimize it and pretend that this hasn't been the hardest 4 years of my life. It has been the hardest 4 years of my life. And now that most of the hard parts are done, I'm so looking forward to just kind of like coasting for a bit. Like, I just want to have nothing happen. And at this point in life, like, you got to consider yourself. Like, you spent your whole life considering everyone else and doing things for them. And this is like our time to do things for ourselves. And especially when, you know, you don't have a husband anymore and your kids aren't living at home anymore. Those are big, huge changes, but they're changes that for whatever reason you've gone through. And now is the time where you have the time to give to yourself. You have the time to make decisions that are what you want to do. So you really can like look inward and figure out what it is that's going to make you happy and that's going to keep you positive. And but just know that you are a strong person and that you can get through this. All right, the question that was on everyone's mind from Ann Cynthia: are you dating yet? I'm getting a divorce after a 30-year marriage at 60 years of age and wondering about the other side of dating again. No, I'm actually not dating yet, Anne. I had so much going on in my life between getting the divorce and then deciding to move and update a new house, you know, having a full-time job. It's not that I'm not going to date. I think I probably will eventually, but up until this point, I have been just more interested in sitting with myself, having fun by myself, being enough by myself. I'm enjoying my me time. I'm enjoying doing everything that I'm doing, being with my friends, being with my family, and just being me. I am having such a good time just concentrating on me. And that may sound selfish to some of you, but after 25 years of, you know, doing and being for other people, I feel like a lot of us at this point in our life, we don't know how to be alone. We don't know how to just do us. We don't know how to feel good about ourselves unless we're doing for other people. You know, everyone's going to be at a different stage in this depending on where, you know, what kind of a divorce they're coming off of, what kind of a marriage they're coming off of, you know, and how fulfilled you are with the rest of your life. I personally right now am very fulfilled with the rest of my life. I love my life. I love me. I love my business. I love everything about it. Love my new house. Love all the changes I've made. And I am really just excited to continue doing what I'm doing for the foreseeable future. Like, I am perfectly comfortable saying to you guys, I don't need a man right now. And I am perfectly happy without one. I, in general, am not lonely, I'm not sad, I don't have one. If something organically happens, that would be great. If nothing organically happens and I get to the point where I'm like, yeah, I guess I'd like to have a guy again, then I'll probably dip my toe into the dating pool. But for now, I can't really give you any insight into it. So I saved that one for last, made you guys sit all the way through to the end of the video. So that is it for the Q&A for today. As I mentioned earlier, lots of answers to lots of other questions on my blog in other videos. Check the info box below the video for whatever answers you're looking for. I hope you enjoyed this long sit down and chat. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. As always, I thank you so much for your time. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.